based off of what you told me you want, this man satisfies all of your requirements. And then obviously I talked about salary and availability and X, Y, and Z, right?
That was good. 'Cause let me tell you why. Because I wrote down the question.
Yep.
I wrote down the question. And how you explained that, I think it's right here. Yep. How do you become a strategic and visionary chief people officer? And you just explained it about understanding what the other person want and giving them what they want if it matches up to both, not only to the recruiter, but to the hiring manager as well. Did you learn that in the first year when Bo was teaching you, or when Bo, is he still in your life?
Actually, yes.
Okay. When you start doing the recruiting for yourself, what year, when did it all start making sense of what Bo was teaching you when he told you to ask that one question?
When I learned that asking that one question was just the first step. Once you start asking the right question to the right people, you move away from a transactional occupation more into a relation-based occupation. And so I got to hone this through volunteering, through Project Transition USA and hiring our heroes and onward to opportunities. I do a lot of work for the veteran community as they transition out, because that's the community that I like to work with. And I got to do that a lot. Where it all made sense to me, there were two very pivotal points. One was with Dr. Danny Sava, who's been a mentor of mine. I love you, Danny. Go Lions. And he's a big Detroit fan. So I worked with him, and he was my customer at the time. He was my hiring manager. I was his recruiter. And I asked him, what do you want in a team? And he was like, oh, Bill, no one's ever asked me that before. Like, I need you to fill my recs. And I was like, yeah. Anybody can fill your recs. What do you want to build your team? And his eyes kind of got big, and I was like, okay, a little weird. Nobody's ever asked you that question before, because it was commonplace for me. And he was like, well, Bill, I really want to build my team with people like this. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure, no problem. So I went and I did it. And so I built up a very good relationship with him. And another failed opportunity, right? I was working on the Special Operations IT Enterprise contract at Jacobs.
That is a name.
SciTech 2, yeah. Once you get in the DoD community, you get the
Acronyms?
Yeah. So I was working on that particular contract, and I was passed up for a promotion. And whether or not I was rightly passed up or not is neither here nor there. However, the fact of the matter is, someone who I hired to my team got promoted before me, and I was going to have to report to them, someone who I hired. And don't get me wrong, that person deserved it. They're wonderful. But at the time, it kind of hurt my Machado, right?